Along with progress, various technologies has been successfully produced by humans for their use to facilitate work, and it play a very important role in human life. Communication technologies is a technology that has a huge role in this era of globalization. And communication technology has become an intermediary medium used by humans to communicate. For example, the existence of this communication technology facilitates all the matters regardless of any field such as education. The use of communication technology in the field of education contribute many benefits and advantage. This technology has also helped in the teaching and learning system, and resources such as internet that usually students use it to prepare assignment. Communication technology resources need to be utilized well by lecturers and students in the learning process.
Technology communication resources play a major role in the teaching and learning of Arabic language. It has developed rapidly nowadays and is advantage for lecturers and students to use and utilize its resources and then apply in teaching and learning. The approach should be used in system teaching and learning by using resources from communication technology as a new element for teaching and learning. This is in line with the modern times where they're getting something information as well as making it easier for us, and it gives a huge advantage where the resources can be used in teaching and learning Arabic. Computer and phone are two technologies that have become a need for students and lecturers in teaching and learning process at the university. Arabic lessons have certainly become easier because the information available on the internet can be used by student and lecturer for lesson. This technology also play a big role during COVID-19, where classes are forced to run through online classes that require computer and phone for teaching and learning process. Availability and use of communication technology resources help a lot in the field of education, especially for students and lecturers teaching and learning in the Arabic language.
Communication technology before the 21st century. During the 19th century, communication fundamentally changed from what was available at America's founding, from a society that communicated through voice, art, and the written word, like letters, newspaper, and books. The country had a federal postal service, telegraph, photograph, and telephones. The first truly revolutionary development of the 19th century was the telegraph, which accelerated how fast the written words could be spread. It changed the delivery time of message anywhere in the country from days or weeks to hours, and even to minutes for a urgent message. In the 19th century marked the advance of textbook and improvements in writing tools available to teachers and students. Significantly, education is much more accessible now, and teachers have the tools to communicate more engageable than ever before. Much of content on technology for learners also showcase examples of digital technologies which help facilitate the learning process. Next, communication technology in the 21st century. In the 21st century that we live in, communication can be done in many different ways other than conventional speaking right in front of each other. Communication technology is improving as we speak, and more important sector is depending on it to gain benefits such as education, business, and politics. Communication technology includes telephone, radio, television, internet, and social media. Development of communication and information technology help us in many ways. Communication on technology can broadcast information to a wide range of people around the world in a short period of time. Communication nowadays can even be accessible from anywhere as long as the device can connect to the internet and there is internet coverage in that area. The use of computer technology enhances students' knowledge to organize information and at the same time find a specific facts effectively and quickly. Therefore, all schools in Malaysia will be connected to each other through the internet. With the advance of 21st century educational technology, students can follow learning in a global classroom. Thank you.
Teaching of Arabic language with communication technology resources. Arabic and Islamic studies is expanded to cover all subject areas using modern information and communication technology to meet and stimulate students' curiosity and appreciation. Therefore, the impact of the use of ICT in the learning and teaching of subjects needs to be carefully investigated. ICT is used as a teaching aid and is important for teachers of Arabic and Islamic studies to understand the skills and knowledge required in the ICT era. The use of technology for educational purposes has contributed to the emergence of several terms that describe the extent to which such technology has been used. For example, terms such as computer-aided language learning. These terms has been enacted to cover the field of use of technology for the purpose of language education, or more specifically, language learning and the teaching. Two aspects that are often the material for the utilization of technology for the purpose of language learning and teaching are multimedia and the internet. Multimedia in the sense of combining text, image, sound, and video as material for a specific purpose, while the internet is the information available on websites used for language learning and teaching. Teachers need to test the material to be used before teaching in order to ensure that it works well in the learning process. At the same time, teachers are able to familiarize themselves in the use of materials, and they do not feel awkward when the process of the material delivery is done. While electronic materials are being used, teachers should have a choice plan that can be made when electronic materials fail to function properly as expected. Learning of Arabic language with communication technology resources. The information age is the rapid technological advancement becoming a very important need in all walks of life. Technology that has penetrated all over the world has facilitated the communication process, and thus learning can take place continuously to keep abreast of ongoing developments. Accordingly, the Arabic language is no exception in this development, and efforts have been made to ensure that this progress can be utilized in the process of learning the language. The teaching learning process at the core of the technological revolution, and it is an important foundation in the advancement of other fields that often radiate. As a result, there is a need to create an affordable education system in line with progress and development to use the best technologies created in learning. Therefore, the latest technology needs to be implemented wisely and used optimally according to certain alternatives in education. Currently, digital resources have been integrated by most Arabic language educators in their teaching methods, but the type selection, design, the learning activities, and frequency of their use in the classroom certainly differ from one educator to another. In general, educators consider the use of digital resources lies in two main things, namely the ease of use of tools, ease to use, and its suitability with needs usefulness. In other words, the low level of use of digital resources by Arabic educators is closely related to content that does not suit their needs, and the majority of educators need comfortable when students use digital resources under their direction.
Effectiveness of use communication technology resources in teaching and learning of Arabic language is the critical thinking. Critical thinking is enhanced by the usage of communication technologies in learning and teaching. In addition, they provide a significant boost in improving foreign language fluency. For example, EdTech teaching technology solutions can help students develop critical thinking skills and improve their language learning results, especially as these solutions increasingly take advantage of the educational potential of digital simulations. Secondly, collaboration and group work are critical in encouraging pupils to utilize the second language actively. As a result, the educational community is increasingly appreciating the greatest software offers online collaboration platforms where students may work together on exercise. And EdTech solutions also are especially well suited for integrating language study and project work. According to Gary Moteram, in an article for the British Council, getting learners to undertake work regarding things that are of interest to them or topics that are taught in other parts of the curriculum, also referred to as content and language integrated learning, is a great method to enhance their skills. To conclude, curriculum and learning must begin by acknowledging ethnic identity, then national identity, and lastly global identity. By teaching pupils about culturally varied groups and offering opportunity for people from different backgrounds to learn, live, and work together, a multicultural approach is used to help reverse these tendencies and attitudes. Firstly, teaching and learning are cultural processes that take place in a social setting, which is one aspect of multicultural approach. Secondly, to increase the accessibility of teaching and learning, students' needs are met in an equitable manner for a diverse group of students. It is necessary to gain a better understanding of different cultures. And lastly, students are becoming more interested in Arabic because of the encouragement and motivation. It was beneficial in terms of generating ideas, the type of atmosphere in which teachers should work set up for the students. That's all from our group.